Alright, welcome to my day 55 progression guide. So for today, we did not get a level increase, but we should get one tomorrow, making us reach that level 70. So starting out, you want to go to build, then you want to go to go, so that way you can get to your artificial island. Then you want to go back to build, and then you want to hit claim, because you can only hold these items for 24 hours. On top of that, I want to go ahead and remind you that for some people, their common enemies respawn, so just make sure you're checking up on that. But besides that, I would do Mia's Kitchen, I would do your bounties, then go ahead and knock out any ruins you have, and if you have any story left over, go ahead and complete it. Now let's talk about vitality, starting with joint operations. So for today, we got access to bracers, chests, and a Shiro matrix, but I do not recommend that you do joint ops since we're going to be level 70 tomorrow, which brings us to interstellar exploration. So you want to see if you have any level 3 Stargates and how you tell, so if you have 2 or more in this category. But if you have any level 2 nanofibers or booster frames, you might want to go ahead and get that. Or you can do dimensional trials, but just make sure it's difficulty 5. Or you can do space-time domains, but make sure it's difficulty 5. You can also consider doing Omnium beacons, because that's also going to give you some weapon materials. But if you're still struggling for XP, feel free to go ahead and force decipher any password chest and open up any rusted iron chest. You can also do the Frontier Clash AFK farm or do the Raincaller Island chest run. And if you want more information on that, check out my experience farm video. Then don't forget to do your daily gifts. You want to go to the black market and talk to Hopkins. You want to go to Cetus Island and do the claw machine. Then you want to do your 2 ability trainings. Quick tip, if you get the rhythm training, Samir is MVP. Next, you want to maintain your vehicle. So some of the best places is Astra Shelter. The next place would be Bangi Shelter. After that, we got the black market. And the best place, High Crows. Also attack any elemental rocks you see for crystals. Then with the new week, we have Clare's Dream Machine, so you want to make sure you go around opening up boxes, killing monsters, so that way you can get your 7 Clare streams. Which brings us to our events. Today should be the 7th day for the login event, so you should get all the rewards today. But if you missed a day or so, you still have 4 days to complete this. Next, we have the Wheel of Fantasy. It does end today, so I mean, if you want to spend a lot of money and try to get all this, today's your final day. Then we have Vera Orienteering. With Phase 2 being out, I just recommend that you go fight one of these bosses once a day. That way you can get some energy before Phase 3 comes out on October 6th. Well, it's official. It looks like Vera's coming out October 20th. So I have to accept my fate and believe that Vera's not coming out October 13th. With this announcement, now I'm kind of wondering, are we going to get an extra event? Because Vera Orienteering ends on October 12th, so I guess there's just going to be a week of just, doing level 70 things. So that's going to be interesting. But hopefully we get some extra rows or something while we have the downtime. But on a cooler note, it looks like Saki was confirmed. In the trailer, you see her doing her stuff. So for the ice team, it looks like it's going to be pretty powerful. We're about to have a Lin and Saki, and Frigg is already amazing. So if you decided to go ice for your main element, you made a good choice. Also too, if you enjoy these daily guides, I would greatly appreciate a like, so that way these can spread more on YouTube. Then we got the weekly tab. You want to make sure you're doing enough things down here so you can get everything up top, which brings us to our challenges. Now, if you're trying to do a challenge like the Bygone Phantasm or the Wormhole or something, you might want to save your Mia's Kitchen so that way you can power yourself up. But just make sure you do that by the end of the day so that way you don't lose out on resources. So, starting with the Bygone Phantasm. So I ended up securing 4th place from last week, but looking at the rank that I need to do this week, I need to definitely try. I need to level up my Bygone Phantasm and climb some levels. Also get a high score in the sequential, so this is going to be a bit of a rough week. Then we got the Void Rift. If this is a first time boss for you, I suggest you go ahead and knock it out. If not, you might want to just save this for tomorrow once our level increases. Wormhole. Today is the last day to complete this, so that way you can get that energy crystal dust. Plus tomorrow we're going to reach level 70, so we're going to get a brand new Wormhole, so you want to be prepared. I suggest that you go ahead and try to knock both of these out today. That way you can get that energy crystal dust and you can power up your character a little bit more, because tomorrow we should get access to the new raid, and it's probably going to be a lot harder than the previous raid, so you're going to want to make your character as powerful as it can be. Frontier Clash. At least for our server, we got physical resist and volt charge reduction, so it's not terrible. At least it's not immune anything. Try to knock out some attempts if you have them today. That way you can power up your character, since we're going to be 70 tomorrow. And last but not least, we have the Apex League. If you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you want to try to put a couple hours in each day. Then we have our daily buys, so you want to go to shop, hot. Then buy your 2 vitality solutions. Now this is only if you can afford it. On top of that, we got access to the proof of purchase, but again, you can make matrices on Artificial Island, so I would say this is more for wells, but again, it also depends on what type of matrices you have, so I'm going to leave that up to you. Which brings us to the Commissary, starting with the Crystal Dust store. So you want to make sure you buy your advancement modules and your booster modules for the week. Then when it comes to your Go Crystal Dust, I recommend that you buy the boots, but if you have a good pair of boots, then you can buy some hand guards, and if you have a good pair of hand guards, then you can buy whatever else you need to power yourself up. Then we have the cruise store. Now the only thing I recommend that you spend your points on are relic shards, and the relic shards that I recommend are either Space-Time Rift or Omnium Shield. But remember, if you do try to go for Space-Time Rift, we are getting a whole Space-Time Rift in Vera Orienteering on October 6th. And how you get crew points is by doing your daily donations and knocking out your 4 missions for the week. But if you have password chests, you want to skip those because you want to save it for Vera. Then we have the support store. You want to make sure you're buying your 3 joint supply chips for the week, and the best ways to get support points is to do Frontier Clash normal, to where you can get 375 support points, machine parts, and lots of experience. You can also do Matrix Drills difficulty 1 in a team of 2, or Void Rifts, to where you get 150 support points, or you can farm world bosses, Force Decipher, get 100 support points, as well as machine parts. But besides that, you can go achievement hunting, explore the map, or go mount farming. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If so, feel free to join the Discord where we give out daily codes. But other than that, talk to you guys later.